exhausting living in the world where it feels like there's all this noise all around and impossible to know what's right. Very draining. It is exhausting. Looking all around, not knowing where to look, feeling overloaded with information, overfilled yet unsatisfied, for that is the American way. To be overnourished and yet unsatisfied, to consume without nutrition, to grow without guidance. Sure, there's billions of dollars being made and hundreds of millions of people getting taxed for all of their income and daily hard work, and yet the benefits are awarded to those who wish to drink blood and eat babies. Living on the islands, feeling entitled to that lifestyle, while the rest of the world suffers. And lives under their rules. Well, who set the rules? Who set the rules? Who decided what's right, what's wrong? Whose cut it is and who deserves it? Far too long have rules been accepted and followed through without question. And there's been a lot of work done. I'm sure some smart people that want to control people and want to control the masses for the greed of power. Feel a sense of power and control over other people. Well, can't control me. Sorry about it. So what I'm going to do is preach to the masses what I must, what I know, what I think. And from there, your doom will be spelled. When success is a known inevitability within one's soul, gut, guidance, and faith, would one even wish to start? Knowing the opportunity that could come, knowing the opportunity that does lie beyond now. With all these distractions set by growing up in the internet age of social media, this little experiment done on the social development of billions of children around the world as the dopaminergic hijacking has taken over, as the quest for comfortability has become a mainstay in culture, that what is valued most is convenience and comfortability within a system that does not truly allow freedom but the illusion of it. The only way to escape is to work harder. And once you hit the new summit, you get another cut taken out. To truly succeed is to be so rare that you can be controlled or threatened. To make it beyond a certain threshold, be taken over. But the measures of success decided them. Whether that be making a certain amount of dollars, whether that be a certain level of influence, or the trust of a certain amount of people. There's a certain tipping point in which power can merely be defined by the amount of people that one man is trusted by. Power can be defined by the amount of people and influence that are willing to do whatever one says. So the power within holding a certain amount of value within a dollar amount or equity or ownership of land, all of which are illusions constructed by an education system and primate-like evolutions for aggression and territorial control, but we're wise enough as a society, as a species, to understand that these are silly ape like things. To claim one thing as your own, think that one piece of matter can be owned by another. We are just stardust, claiming stardust. Every atom is equal, every man is equal, every woman is equal, for they are one but the same. So, one man who claims a certain amount of power over a large sum of money and capital, money which is no longer vested into any sort of reasonable, valuable constraint of resources, whether that being gold or silver, by the amount of minerals that can be mined from the earth, one once again must claim those atoms over the earth and say that they are theirs, when there's nothing that claims an item as yours other than the silly ape-like conditioning that has led us to this point, and we no longer have to entertain those things. I can be strong enough to resist the urge to fight back at somebody for wanting to raise their voice at me. That's easy enough. And I can be compassionate enough to understand another man is in need of something, to give what I have, what I can, what is available to me. I have a certain level of access to resources that one may not. I can shed the clothes off of my back, the food on my plate, the excess money in my pocket, which may be translated into these needs. Survival is only a means of having shelter, food, and water. That is it. That is all that is essential. Those three things. Yet, means for shelter, survival, the means for food, water, and shelter have been hidden behind another guise of $1. $1 is required for you to acquire your food to survive, to acquire your water to drink, shelter. When really, what is the dollar based in? The dollar is based in a trust of a certain amount of people. It holds its power because enough people trust it. But if that trust were to fall, where is the value? Who is to say one shelter, food, or water is to no claim? Trust in the dollars that they represent. Then it becomes something much more reasonable and substantiable in value and graspable within physical means, not this imaginary trust that has been conditioned through education of the masses, through actual production of resource, through being able to produce shelter, food, and water to necessitate the sustainability of the human race. For now, the current dollar metric in value is rooted in the suffering of the masses. The U.S. economy is made up of AI tech companies, health insurance companies, and questionable shady dealings. Not even questionable, but the mass murder and genocides of billions of people, millions of people, enslavement of a society, believing that they are living in a free system in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Isn't that right? U.S. flag. But yet there is no freedom, for there is no choice but to serve the system at hand, which happens to benefit those that wish to islands, drink blood, and the flesh of babies. Which is, of course, the most extreme example, but the most literal, as it's the most relevant to this. Interesting, isn't it? interesting times we live in. For never before in history has evil been able to be seen from all angles, to be fully exposed and fully seen by everyone in the world. Sure, there could have been shady dealings before, in a time before the internet, when there weren't cameras recording every moment and emails and conversation getting logged. Sure, you could burn a library of Alexandria, but history will always be written by its victors. And what is chosen to survive through this moment in history? Well, the knowledge that power can corrupt anyone, that greed is universal, that those who are at the top wish to stay at the top because it's only in their nature as a human. And once you are comfortable and thriving with whatever method of comfortability and thriving you have sustained yourself with, then that becomes the conditioned way to do such things. And if that comes at the expense of others that are never seen, but you are given your metrics of value, your dollar amounts going up, while you don't see directly through your warped perception of whatever your reality is, sure, so be it. But those who are suffering now have the opportunity to see such, to see it, to know it, to wield it. Have the power of information which has never before been seen in history. For evil cannot be survived, for most are not evil. For most do not believe in evil, for most are good in nature. I believe that wholeheartedly. And those who are evil may even be misguided in their approach. Forgive them where they have failed. For if one had lived their life under their conditions and seen their means of success, can't really blame someone too much for wishing to continue their success. Whatever keeps them surviving and thriving. And if one were to be born into such things where they are believed to be on the top and superior to one other man, then simply a flaw in their education and not the core value of the human self. Important to hold a certain level of compassion for others so that the power, the evil, the greed does not corrupt oneself. Be understanding of all ways, all angles, and all different viewpoints. Because I'm sure they had the best of intentions when they got there. They might have just not had the full perspective. But hey, it's a new day and age. A lot of people have a lot of new perspectives that they never would have had exposure to before. It's a lot harder to believe that the sky is falling when there's video evidence of the sky staying within a biosphere. It's easy to believe that magic has taken over a certain person, they've been possessed by a demon, when you know that there's certain levels of mass hysteria within a town that can become infectious through a sort of mind-like virus, through social engineering and the behavior of apes, as we are. It could be believed that good and evil are in the nature of superstitious beings that are beyond our control rather than a choice to be made every day. But yet all that matters is the choice that was made today. Truly. The only choice that matters is to choose good today and continue that. Within a personal level, with this overstimulation of information, there's only a certain thing that must be focused on, and that is goodness. Only goodness must be focused on, for that is the majority. But when you cast your view towards only the evil in the world, then your perspective may become so warped to believe that evil deserves a place in the world. Well, it does not. Thank you and good night. Tune in tomorrow for more yapping about whatever the hell this was.